I'm probably much more influenced by guitarists and mandolin players and fiddle players because that's what I heard. I didn't hear piano players that often. And so oftentimes, the difference in, the other thing I learned from Doc and those guys was they're really not genre specific at all. When I do shows with Jacques, he'd do a George Gershwin tune followed by a Bob Dylan tune followed by a fiddle tune. It's kind of how Doc would work, but it was all the authenticity of Doc doing it. But for piano players out there, people that are doing this sort of thing, some of the differences are, you know, if you hear ragtime, the left hand of the piano is kind of real straight up and down. But I listen to a lot of mandolin chops and a lot of thumb picking guitar, so it has a little bit more of a Merle Travis feel to it. Kind of like that. So the groove's a little bit different than like a ragtime piano player or something like that. And then the right hand, everybody heard what a good flat picker Steve is already. All those individual notes, oftentimes piano solos may be a little bit more chord oriented, but I was just kind of emulating all those guys playing those individual notes on fiddle tunes or taking a break. And the other great part about that time of being around those guys was as a young kid, they were all so generous. It was just part of the community. They didn't care. They only had one rule: you got to play in tune. That's the only rule they had. You had to be in tune. So that's kind of where it came from for me. As a probably, it wasn't I put the piano in this music for purpose. It was just kind of what I was around and what I grew up doing. So.
If you've ever been fortunate enough to go to Wayne Henderson's house in his shop, I don't know. Has anybody ever been over there? Okay. Well, he has a great festival. It's actually coming right up. It's the third Saturday in June. Rain or shine, but hopefully it won't be rain. And then after the festival, it's down at up at Grayson Highlands Park. It's beautiful. After the festival, he invites everybody to his house. I'm going to say it's probably the only festival in the world that does that. And they have these great jams, and they have parties, Christmas parties. They have great jams. And Wayne has a piano in his living room, which is great. So that's where Jeff gets to hang out and do that. Well, what do you want to do?
We're going to do a tune that we were out on the road last week, Steve and Luke and I, and we never had played this song before, so we're going to play it for the second time, so I know y'all are looking forward to it, just as we are. We don't have any idea how this goes, but it's a great old tune called Reuben, and I'd love to have Steve kick this one off right here. Something that might not be normally done on the piano, but we'll give it a try.
This is like a really complex number if you follow along. It has 2 chords.